because they have really shown who they are and where they belong. He should look at those who are willing to work, who are ready to move the state ahead with him, and appoint those persons in the Executive Council of Rivers State government.
Mr. Nwanwa also appealed for fair representation of Rumokoro's community members in government appointment. He said Rumokoro community has been overlooked by previous administrations. He, however, assured the governor of the support of the people of Rumokoro community for his administration.
Opportunity to call the good people of Rumokoro to give their support to the governor of the state. Of course, this government has identified with us, the good people of Rumokoro. It's also a governor who listens to the people. And of course, we, the Rumokoro people, have also used the same medium to call upon him to also look inwardly and see those characters who can serve his administration and also incorporate them in his administration, be it any position. At least it will serve as a good precedent to the good people of Rumokoro. Of course, we have never seen it like this in the past.
Now, on Wednesday, a fresh wave of resignation hit the Rivers State Executive Council as 5 more commissioners resigned. Now, they are the Commissioner for Education, Chinedu Mom, Commissioner for Housing, Gift Wallo, Commissioner for Transport, Jacobson Mbina, Commissioner for Social Welfare and Rehabilitation, Inime Agoma, and Commissioner for Environment, Austin Ben Choma. The commissioners cited a toxic environment and the unresolved political crisis in the state as reasons for their resignations. They were among the commissioners who first resigned from the governor's cabinet last December in the wake of the political crisis in the state, but were readmitted into Governor Fubara's cabinet following President Bola Tinubu's intervention. 3 commissioners, Zacchaeus Adango, Emeka Nwoke, and Alabo George Kelly, also resigned from the ministries of Justice, Special Project, and Works in March and April. The resigned commissioners are all loyal to the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. In another development, the immediate past commissioner for works in River State, Alabo George Kelly, says he hopes the Fubara administration will start and finish the second phase of the Trans-Calabari Road as awarded. Dr. George Kelly, who is now the Executive Secretary of Border Communities Development Agency BCDA, said in a recent interview with newsmen in Port Harcourt that the only way the project can be completed as stipulated is if the current government initiates an irrevocable standing payment plan.
Fund it, start it and complete it within record time, within your tenure. I am no longer Commissioner for Works. I don't understand the scope of their second phase. If they're saying the second phase will move from Aka Road to Tombia or Aka Road and Ogurama, probably that can be achieved within 3 years. But from what I'm hearing, that it will move to Ogurama, then it will move to Tombia, then it will move to Bakana, then it will move to Bukuma, then Bukuma. I can bet my life in 3 years that is not achievable. What is the work program? What is the work plan? What is the payment plan? Will the payment plan be tied to ISPO or will it be paid in percentages? If it's tied to ISPO, I can assure you that project will be delivered.
The former Commissioner for Works also said he will continue to be grateful and loyal to the FCT minister because majority of the huge projects other administrations feared to execute on the lands of Calabari Kingdom in some weeks started and ensured they were not abandoned.
Since 1999, which governor has given us this kind of infrastructure project? And then you tell me as a Calabari man that you not appreciate this man. So nobody should take credit for these 2 projects. He owns the credit. Government is a continuum. There's a difference between standing payment order and irrevocable standing payment order. He has secured the payment so that another government cannot come and say, no, we'll stop paying for it. So he owns the credit, 100%. There's nothing anybody can tell me about it. If you want to initiate your own project for the Calabari people, go and initiate it and complete it. Let's see. If you want to do phase 2 of the Trans-Calabari Road, we welcome it. But start it and complete it with the record time. If you have one tenure, complete it with that tenure. If you have another tenure, complete one within that tenure.
Yesterday, the River State Executive Council approved the award of the contract for construction of the Trans-Calabari Road at the cost of 222.1 billion naira. The State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Joe Johnson, said the construction will last for 32 months and the money will be sourced from the state's internally generated revenue. Still to come, fire guards property worth millions in Port Harcourt. Stay with us. You're welcome back. We sincerely apologize for the technical glitches. Moving on, Catholic Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Kuka, is optimistic that the key actors or politicians in River State will certainly fix their problems. Father Kuka, who said he was at the villa to invite President Tinubu to an event, spoke while responding to questions from State House correspondents.
Rivers State is a place that is very dear to me because I've been associated with them for a very long period of time. But look, I mean, when politicians fight, don't get carried away because they have their capacity to fix their quarrels. And I hope and pray that Rivers State will sooner than later reposition itself because it is not an insignificant part of Nigeria.
Elsewhere, the labor unions comprising the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC and Trade Union Congress TUC walked out of the minimum wage negotiations with the government and the organised private sector, angered by the 48,000 naira proposal by the federal government as the national minimum wage. The labour unions described the offer as ridiculous. TUC President Festus Osifa further spoke on why they walked out. The NLC President Joe Ajaero said the government is not serious about negotiating with the unions on the new minimum wage. He explained that the federal government does not have the necessary data to negotiate with labor. And now, goods and properties worth millions of naira have been destroyed following a fire outbreak on Mbonu Street, D-Line, Port Harcourt. An eyewitness said the fire started from a supermarket in the area and spread to other buildings.
Now, for more than 30 minutes, nobody has seen the fire service people, be it federal, state, or company. People are running helter-skelter. Everybody is trying to see if they can help. But the kind of fire we are experiencing here is not something that ordinary water can help. The inferno is too much.
The Federal Fire Service later arrived at the scene to tackle the fire. In other news, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has advised broadcast stations to stop using diesel and adopt compressed natural gas (CNG) for operations. Mr. Idris gave the advice when the leadership of the Independent Broadcasting Association of Nigeria, IBAN, paid him a courtesy visit in Abuja on Wednesday.
This challenge that instead of paying for diesel all the time, take advantage of the initiative of Mr. President by ensuring that you key to renewable energy, the CNG arrangement, the compressed natural gas. There are CNG generators happening. Indeed, only recently, the federal government has insisted that all generators, all vehicles to be procured by the federal government will have to be either CNG compliant or have solar based or are electric driven, so that we can bring down the cost of operations. I think you need to do that also.
The Information Minister also said President Bola Tinubu has directed him to expedite action on the process of achieving digital switchover, noting that only 15% of the project was achieved in the previous administration. Earlier, the chairman of the Independent Broadcasting Association of Nigeria, Ahmed Ramalan, appealed to the federal government to grant financial aid in the form of grant, tax breaks and loan funds to offset energy costs for broadcasters.
Channels operating or rather airing adverts in our pay TV cable satellite bouquet need to be licensed by NBC and pay the necessary NBC fees or tariff. So you can see in CNN and other major networks, including called Arewa TV. They get a lot of patronages from the Dangotes of this world, from the Nestle of this world, from the bankers of this world. And sir, Nigeria is losing so much money because I know and I believe they are not registered in NBC and they don't pay any taxes.
Today is the International Day of the Boy Child. It is a day set aside to raise awareness of the need to protect the boy from harmful societal influences. It is aimed at focusing on the well-being of the boy, including his emotions, values, and transition into manhood. This year's theme is Cool Boys Managing Anger and Aggression.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has arrived in Beijing, where he is currently meeting his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. Now, this is President Putin's first international visit since the start of his fifth presidential term, following an election where he ran virtually unopposed.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. INEC says it is waiting for the courts to act on the Rivers Assembly crisis. Fire has gutted property worth millions in Port Harcourt. Today is Boy Child Day. And on the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin is meeting his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping in Beijing. The news was edited by Chioma Ezinwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyali. Many thanks for listening.
We connect you to the world. We connect you to the vicinity. We are Nigeria.